Hello and welcome back to Handpanury. It's week 3, day 5. We're going to bring it back to the split hand rotation exercises using the index finger and the ring finger. We're going to be using a muted strike and exploring accents. This is a really good warm-up exercise, and it's also just a good exercise for getting comfortable with the split hand technique. So I'm going to place my right hand on the ding, my left hand on note 4. Both of these are a D. And we're going to explore 2 different patterns. The first one is a 3-3-2 pattern. I love these. The next one is a little bit more complex. We'll use words to remember how it goes. So we're going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If you haven't already tried split hand technique yet, I recommend checking out a couple of videos previous. It's all in the Handpanury playlist. Make sure you're comfortable with these. Anyway, let's get that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 pattern in our heads, and we'll keep it open for now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So what we need to do is get our strikes nice and quiet, almost like ghost notes. Oops. But a little bit louder than ghost notes. So that we've got room to accent on the 1. Right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Nice. The next accent is going to be on the next 1, so every accent is on a 1. But because it's after 3, 1, 2, 3, the accent will be on the ring finger. So we need to practice getting that power from this rotation movement, right? This is really, really good practice for that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Nice. Once you've got that, let's add that final 1, and then we've got the full pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Making sure that you're striking in the same spot every time. Nice and loose, fingers nice and relaxed, shoulders down. Wrists a little bit raised. Nice. So now, let's do that exact same thing again, but this time we're muting, which requires a little bit more control and a little bit more effort. So let's try this together. Keeping those in-between strikes nice and gentle so that the accents have room to really pull through. If you're only just starting with this as well, I recommend that you keep all of every single strike even quieter so that you don't have to put as much energy and effort into getting those accents to cut above, right? And then as you get stronger, you can start to lift it a little bit. But in general, it's good to just have that wide range of dynamic anyway. All right, let's try it. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Relaxing the fingers. Watch out for those thumbs. Watch out for any sweeping motion. Striking in the same spot every time. So I recommend that you practice that over on the other side as well, and in different places on your instrument. Maybe move it around a little bit so that you can get used to this motion. And the second pattern that we're going to learn is one that was taught to me by my singing teacher, and it's football chant, but it's not. This one isn't. It's "This is good for me. This is so good for me. This is good for me. This is so good for me." Because practice is good for us. This is good for me. This is so good for me. Right? There's a lot of one after the other strong strikes in this one. I have to really work that ring finger here. Yeah? This is good for me. Let's just try that beginning part. So we've got accent, ghost, accent, ghost, and then 3 accents all in a row. Yeah, let's just try that on a loop. This is good for me again. This is good for me. Ghost. 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 This is good. Watch out for those thumbs, reminding myself. Try it everywhere you can. Check in as well with what you're paying attention to in terms of the way that your muscles and your joints are working. Remember to try and think about how comfortable your dominant hand is, how uncomfortable your non-dominant is. That's usually the way that it goes. And try and mirror the movements in the comfortable hand in the non-dominant. It might mean practicing one hand at a time, kind of feeling how that feels to be comfortable with it, slow it right down, feel all those little movements, and then mimic that in the other hand, right? We're mirroring ourselves, learning from the way that it feels on each side of the body. So that's the first section. The second is, this is so good for me. This is so good for me. Yeah, this is so good for me. I've got a lot of one after the other accents here. This is so good for me. Actually, the last 2 strikes are going to be ring finger and then index finger. So this is so good, ghost for me. This is so good 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 for me. Make sure that those ghosts in between, this is so good, ghost for me, ghost. This is so good, ghost for me, ghost, are really gentle, really, really quiet. Once you start to add more and more and more accents in, that's the thing that starts to disappear a little bit, is those quiet moments, that really nice dynamic control. That's what you really want to practice here. Yeah, get it to a point where you can barely hear it. You're definitely doing it because you're keeping that one after the other thing going all the time, but it's just nice and gentle. So let's put those 2 parts together then. This is good for me. This is so good for me. This is good for me. This is so good for me. This is good for me. This is so good. Let's slow it down a bit. This is good for me. This is so good for me. This is good for me. This is so good for me. This is good for Nice. So there are 2 patterns to help you practice and warm up your fingers in your split hand technique. So I recommend that you take those 2, maybe the beat division one from a couple of videos ago, and just introduce them to the beginning of your daily practice, right? So just spend 5 minutes on each activity, just having that time to really just warm up, move it around, just get the blood flowing, get you used to always having that movement in every practice, get that muscle memory going, and it will start to just come really natural. You'll be able to play quicker, easier, and it'll just become a general part of your improvisations and your compositions over time, right? So just do it without even thinking about it too much. If you make that the habit, I'm gonna do this a few times before I start playing whatever, then it will get easier and it will get comfortable. All right, enjoy, and I will see you over the weekend with some lives potentially. Otherwise, I will see you for our final full week next week.